no, this is not a spring chicken as we're getting ready for the NBA All-Star Weekend here in LA. And oh yes, isn't there, what, a U.S. Open? Or actually, I think it's officially called the Northern Trust Open over here at Riviera. Meanwhile, the Tea Party has told some people to go ahead and take a hike, Richard Lugar, Olympia Snow, and Scott Brown, because, well, you know, they might as well, let's see, run for the parties they seem to be representing. Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Angry public workers march on the governor's house.
Well, yeah, I love it. The state workers demanding taxes be raised in order to pay for their pension plans.
Oh, is that why thousands protest the anti-union bill in Wisconsin?
That's right. Isn't that something? It looks like what's going to happen is that the governor wins no matter what because the people hate the unions. And this is an example. You aren't giving us our fair. We were promised this. We were promised that. Well, the guy that lost his job at General Motors was promised things too, folks. The guy that basically was in the auto shop at one of the GM one of the GM dealerships or the Chrysler dealer, they were promised things too. They still got fired by Obama.
Well, you know, part of it is like, it's not, let's see, they used to have these long-term commitments, and yeah, they'd like to keep them, but sometimes you can't afford to keep them any longer.
But I mean, I listened to one guy, he said, I mean, one of the Democrats, really is a left-winger, he said, you're going to get nowhere saying, we need taxes raised to pay for our benefits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a no-winner, folks. But you got to understand who the guys running all these unions are. Basically, they would be perfectly happy in the Soviet Union.
Oh, you know, yeah. You're probably right.
Yep.
Now, what is this about the Tea Party pulling their support and asking for $11 million back from Scott Brown?
Oh yeah, they said they want everything back. That they said he did nothing but vote with the Democrats on every fiscal issue. And they said that they could have stopped Obamacare on the funding, they could have stopped this, they could have stopped that. Scott Brown simply is nothing more than a closeted Democrat, and he was a Republican in Massachusetts, and then he became a senator. He became Ted Kennedy is what he became. Well, he won't get reelected. Well, went so far to the left, he's now using, I understand, what the feelings of these people, because I was abused when I was a child.
Oh, I bet his parents are not having fun with that one.
No, they're not.
And the U.S. State Department starts a Farsi Twitter feed.
Okay. They should have, okay.
I thought they had one before.
The first thing that Obama did when he came in was to fire all of the people that spoke Arabic.
I know, that doesn't sound really smart.
He got rid of all the intelligence people that spoke Arabic, and now all of a sudden they have, this is leapfrog Obama. Leapfrog Obama leaps over a single bound, the truth, Well, we had to do it because George Bush made such a mess of it. Well, no, he fired everybody. He fired everybody.
Machines beat us at our own game, and what can we do?
Okay, and this is for Bill O'Reilly, who basically thinks he's the smartest man on earth. It is garbage in, garbage out. The machine cannot give you an answer to a question that was not fed into the machine. If the machine accurately answered the questions and did it instantaneously, it's because the questions have been previously entered into the machine. It doesn't have independent thought to go somewhere like I do in the back of my head and say, okay, Raphael. No, it doesn't. Okay, and they say, well, who created, the Gauguin's something or other, something. What was the name what was the name of Rembrandt's great, dark painting? To a computer, that means nothing. How about the Night Watch, folks?
Pakistani prosecutors accuse Musharraf.
Yeah, that's the guy that basically Obama threw to the wolves as soon as he became the president, because he was a moderate. They do have moderate Muslims in the Middle East, folks.
They
moderates
do.
Moderates basically play checkbook government like we do. They vote their wallet. And that's a democracy. When you vote your back pocket to keep your job, that's a democracy. But when you decide that a religious principle is more important than the people of your country, that's a religious problem. And now,
is that what it is?
So we bounced the guy that continually voted for economic interests of the country, to people that basically don't give a damn about the economic interests of the country.
Same-sex marriage continues to win in liberal state congresses, but lose to the voters when given the chance to vote on it.
Well, I know. They're refusing to let people vote on the thing. They said, well, you can't do it because you missed the time. So the next time that you can vote is in 4 years. When that 4 year comes, they basically rescind everything that Congress did because there is no support. Okay, Black America does not like same-sex marriage. And the Latinos don't like same-sex marriage, and they are trying to be the core of the Democratic Party, and they don't like it. So you're basically going. They said, I heard this the last night. He said you can figure out why Barack Obama doesn't believe in gay anything.
Why?
Because he can't afford to lose his base. He didn't want. The military decided that they wanted gays in the military. He didn't.
Oh.
No, they don't, because it's never going to be.
Yeah, like they decided that.
As soon as the Republicans take control of the Senate and the presidency, gays are going to be back out of the military. What do you think the military is basically doing it like they got an anchor on? Well, we have to make certain it's instituted a slow policy like that, like we integrated. Well, yeah, slow as in years.
Yeah, Egyptian democracy advocates critical of military.
Yeah, okay, we've got Libya the Bull. The military put in the last leader in Egypt that was killed, that did the Camp David Accord. They then put Mubarak in. And then they took Mubarak out. And they're going to put somebody else in that represents the interests of the military. It's a dictatorship, a military dictatorship. So,
surprise, surprise!
Only our president and the pundits on the Republican Party don't know it.
Yeah. Nokia and Microsoft impact to rival Apple and Google.
Well, yeah, I mean, what happened is they said Nokia is losing market share, so they decided to do something other than the Android or the Apple system. No, the problem is that their phones are so god-awful expensive, and there's no discount when you go to a place to get it. Try finding a Nokia in most of the places other than their stores.
Oh, really?
Well, they want $600-700 for their cell phone up front, and people won't pay it.
Well, that is kind of expensive. I mean, everybody's used to getting free phones or $100.
Yeah, but they figure if they go, Microsoft is subsidizing the sale of the phones in stores like they're going to be subsidizing in Best Buy and places like that, which puts their phones back into business. I mean, like they're bitching up a storm over Nokia's chief for making this decision. Well, they're paying for it. With not our money, they're paying us to sell they're paying us for them to sell our phones. So,
oh, interesting.
That's called a great marketing. Yeah, so.
Obama talks on entitlements have already begun.
The only problem is he forgot to tell the Republicans. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, I heard a Democrat this morning standing next to one of his Republican counterpart, in the House, and he said, they neglected. I think the president neglected to tell you that entitlements are being worked on. And he said, well, did you know that? Well, he neglected to tell me too. And they were the chairman and the co-chairman, and they didn't have a slight idea that the president was, that he was working on them with the House of Representatives.
2 hours and 39 minutes ago, political fight over Guantanamo won't die.
Oh yeah, and that's something. It basically, a firestorm came when Leon Panetta said that if we captured Bin Laden, he would go to Guantanamo even if it was closed.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, how can you send him to Guantanamo if he's closed? Because they said, well, unfortunately, we send anybody to the United States, they automatically get off.
I know.
Yeah, and that's the Democrats saying that you can't try him in this country. Every single person brought to this country for trial from the Middle East has been released. All of them.
And Verizon iPhone 4 doesn't represent a huge advance over AT&T's.
Yeah, because, okay. The other night I went to get my tuxedo. So next week you're going to see me doing my tuxedo because we got to get our money's worth out of it. But talking to a gentleman who's got a nomination for an Academy Award next week, and he was bitching up. Said, I just bought my iPhone 4, and I found out on television on a commercial the 5 is coming out. Mm-hmm. They're taking orders for the 5. And he said, they used to tell you in businesses.
They don't.
They don't anymore. So he said, I wanted my money back, and I want the 5. Mm-hmm. So, but he was mad about it. So basically, what happens is AT&T's got to have the 5, Verizon's got to have the 4. They screwed Verizon.
Oh.
Yeah.
And LG Electronics' latest phone boasts 3D screen.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, that they have no faith in their TV sets because the glasses is a problem and programming is a problem, but they're going to turn out a 3D cell phone with a 3D camera in it so that you can take pictures. It's going to have the software thing that takes one lens and breaks it down into a 2D thing, a 3D thing, which is amazing. Same company that basically is backed off of television sets is now going full blow into cell phones now.
Animal Bubble from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Okay, that if all you have to do is to make a little change to something that you enjoy doing to begin with to be a success, then do it.